Well, hey everybody, it's Eric with Eric's Garage AZ coming at you, and I have a really cool opportunity to come over here and see a guy named Glen, and he has this really beautiful Dodge Dart. I ran into him at the Hemi show here a couple of weeks ago, and we decided we're going to go ahead and do another episode of What's in Your Garage. So he's allowed me the opportunity to come on over here, and we're going to see if he's home. I did knock loud enough, didn't I? Glen, anybody home in there? Who the heck's at my door? Jeez. Right on. I didn't get stood up. That happens sometimes, you know. It's so cool. Oh, here's the car right there. Oh, hey man, how you doing, bud? It's good seeing you again.
Good seeing you again.
I really appreciate the opportunity to come over here and do an interview of you on this car here. This is just a gorgeous car, man. Thank you so very, very much. Well, and this is let's take a quick look at this thing here.
Sure.
Can we pull it out here in a minute?
Sure.
If you want, yeah. Look at this thing here. Well, I mean, seriously, this is like in pristine condition. Wow, you guys are in for a treat. This thing looks like awesome. All right, cool. Well, you want to go ahead and pull her out?
Sure, I'll go get these.
Cool, good. All right, so off camera, you were telling me a little bit about this car and how you found this car. It was kind of like one of those junkyard finds. Yeah, what's up with that? It sounds really intriguing story.
Well, it is kind of...
Yeah, we got to get the better sun here. There we go.
Yeah, it was pretty intriguing story. You know, like back with my family, we were on holidays in the Coachella Valley in California, and I went to visit my buddy, and he says, Glenn, there's this guy that he knows. He's 95 years old. He used to own the auto wrecker in Indio, California. He's got a bunch of cars for sale. And so yeah, and he's naming off the cars, and I said to him, so that Dart. I said, what kind of motor's in it? And he says, I don't know. It's a V8, but I don't know. I said, well, let's go take a look at it, you know.
Okay.
Next day we go down there, and it was just covered. It sat in the desert from 1969. The car was only on the road for 5 years. And in 1969, it landed up in the auto wrecker. 1971, the guy got it on lien sale papers, the owner of the auto wrecker, and I bought it in 2005 at Christmas time, December 22.
69, 2005. That's 36 years?
Well, it's a long time sitting outside in the desert. So if you can imagine, it was faded all up, there was no interior, and a tree, this big tamarisk tree, grew right over all the way up to the windshield. You couldn't even, all you could see is just the hood.
Really?
So, you know, I got there, I opened up the hood, and there was miscellaneous parts were taken off, because it's been in the auto wrecker for 30 years. And I lift up the hood, I checked the motor wasn't seized, and I figured, well, okay, you know, let's go for this thing.
Wow.
And that's how it started, you know.
So now you said it was all covered up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this here real quick. This is covered up with beauty, man, I'm telling you. Wow. You did this work off camera. You told me you did a lot of this work yourself on this car.
Yes.
And you said you had some donor cars and scrounging parts here, scrounging parts there.
When I started looking for parts and stuff, I found out that you basically almost couldn't find anything in a catalog to buy like replacement parts. So then I did the big search, you know, going on the internet, and I bought parts from California, Florida, British Columbia, all over, and I bought 2 donor cars, one out of Montana just for like moldings and stuff, another a car out of Manitoba, Canada for powertrain parts. And it took me a year and a half to assemble all the parts, you know, like that I needed, and then I worked on massaging and cleaning up and polishing the parts till I got to the point when I was ready to start on the car. So when I was ready to start on the car, from the time that I started to the time I finished to what you see, took me only 3 months to do it.
Really? So let's take a look at what we see here. So this basically, from what you're saying, was kind of like a rust bucket.
Well, there was, it wasn't rusted.
I don't mean rust, but more like faded and beat up a little bit, like weathered, if you will.
Oh, it
like
was
patina.
extremely weathered. Extremely weathered. Yeah, there was only 2 little bits of rust on the car. A little bit on the passenger's front door, and a little bit at the bottom on the back of the quarter on the driver's side. That was all the rust that was on this car. So the body was good, other than faded, dented, you know, because it was outside for 30 odd years in an auto wrecker.
Right.
And so that's where we started. But the interior, everything was
from being wrecked, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, interesting.
And even to find the color of the interior on the car, like all this car is done back to the original colors. And I had to look way underneath at the bottom, just find a little portion of the vinyl to find out the color of the interior.
Really?
That's how everything was just gone on the car. You know, like it was just so weathered. Cool. Yes.
So you actually did all of this. Look at this, folks. I keep saying look at this, but look at this car, man. I mean, this is like off the chart gorgeous car. So this is all original look. Even this right here, you mentioned to me at the Hemi show, there's something special about this emblem here. Yeah. What's so special about that emblem?
This car, the things that are special about this car is it's a 50th anniversary car for Dodge, 1964. And in the A-body Dodge Dart, this is the first year to have a V8 engine, which would have had the 273. So in this interior, what's special about it too is that this Herzog with the chrome in there in the interior,
right here,
that was only done with the chrome in 1964 because it was the 50th anniversary.
Really?
So yeah, and this car here is an American-only car. In Canada, we never had A-body Dodge Darts till 1967. We had Plymouth Valiants, but we never had a Dodge Dart. So this is a really kind of a rare and unusual car.
Now show us the front here. I mean, as we move around here to the front, this is these. I see the Krager wheels. So Krager weren't standard on that. So you added Krager as a little splash disaster, right?
Yeah, I have all the original wheels and hubcaps and that, but you know, when I was a kid, I just loved those Krager SS's, and I finally had the opportunity to buy and have my own car with Kragers. So it was cool, yeah.
That's awesome. The finish is just, and look at the seams. I mean, you don't see any finer line of gap than that right there. I mean, this took a lot of passion, a lot of time and energy, didn't it?
Yeah, like, you know.
But you said 3 months. I mean, you must be one of the most meticulous people in the world to do this in 3 months.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a fusspot.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, like, and I worked hard at it. You know, it wasn't an easy project, and you know, like the old Chrysler's products, the gaps and the seams, they weren't the greatest in the world. And yeah, I had a lot of massaging to get it to look a lot nicer, but it turned out very beautiful.
Well, it is a gorgeous car, absolutely. Is it possible for us to take a look at the hood here? I mean, and the engine and what? Let's take a look at this here real quick. That's all original there, folks. This is the real deal original. Okay, so what's the size of the engine again?
Yeah, it's a 273 motor. It's really not, it only had from the factory 185 horsepower. So it's not a big power machine, but it's the original motor with the 2-barrel carburetor. That's the way they came in 1964.
I mean, you did all this here, and this is the engine is done to original. It's not, the engine bay is also done to original. It's not shaved. It's not, you know, like covered up like they do now. No new cowls on it. This is the original deal. And this is actually, was it a reservoir?
Yeah, that's one of the options that this car had, believe it or not, was a electric windshield washer pump. Because back in '64, the cheaper versions had like a rubber, like a push bellow.
Okay.
So this is a reservoir for the windshield washer. But this one was the fancy model with the push button for electric.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That was, I guess, an option.
I guess so. Well, you know, you said it's a 1964 Dodge Dart GT Convertible. I mean, obviously we have the drop top, but look at this here. I mean, this is like super clean here. My goodness, it's just gorgeous car. And I mean, the chrome is chrome and the polish is polish, and a lot of work went into doing the polishing in this thing, didn't it?
Oh yeah, like, you know, in my business that I had in Manitoba, the body shop business, over the years I knew the best people to do the engines, the best people to do the transmission, and the best people to do the polishing of the chrome and the rechroming and the pot metal rechroming. So I got all kind of like the best people that I could find to do it, and they were really passionate about it too, you know, because it's such an unusual car.
Right.
And like I say, the car was so clean, I didn't want to modify too much of anything on the car, just because it was such a clean body, you know, with limited amount of any kind of rust and stuff like that. So yeah, but I wanted to get it back to the original as much as I could, and it was a really big struggle at times because I had.
Well, you did a remarkable job. This is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, let's take another look at this here. I mean, look at this car. I mean, you know, V8. You've got to be very, very proud of your effort, but also proud of the results of your efforts, because like you said, it took a lot of work, a lot of energy. And if you take a look at the inside of this thing here, I mean, now wait. That's a push button. Yeah, that's a push button transmission there?
Yeah, in 1964, what they had for the automatic transmission was a push button. And maybe if we take it for a ride, I'll show you how it operates.
Wait. Maybe if we take it for a ride, I'll show us how it operates. Yes! I can't help myself now. All right, cool. So we get to go for a ride?
You betcha. Let's go.
All right, let's go for a ride. Yeah, this is cool. This is classic. I mean, listen. We're in Arizona for a reason, right? Okay, and why are we in Arizona? Wait. See that? Blue sky, baby. All right, let's go, Chief.
Let's go.
Man.
So here's the push button.
Okay.
So you put your foot on the brake just to make sure you don't move. This takes the parking brake off, and then you push the gear that you'd like.
Wow.
And when you stop, you pull the lever down. It disengages the transmission, and now you got your transmission lock on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting engineering. That's pretty cool. All right, take a look here, folks. We're gonna go for a little ride here. Wow. So I bet you get a lot of really cool looks, don't you, when you drive this car?
Well, that's one thing for sure. When my wife and I, when we go for rides, there's always people waving, giving the thumbs up, you know.
Cool.
It is cool, and it's so nice to be here in the desert on a sunny day like today.
Yes.
And just going for a little cruise around town. Yeah. It's just.
You said you're from Canada.
Yes.
It's got to be butt cold in Canada right now.
Oh yeah, the winters are pretty chilly.
Yeah, pretty chilly.
Pretty chilly, you know.
Like 40 below zero, pretty chilly. Boy. Look at this. This is just, I mean, yeah, can you imagine just kind of hanging with your friends and going for a cruise in this, or maybe going to a local ice cream stop or something like that back in the day, and just, wow. Look at the smile on his face. Oh, yeah. Right? This is so cool.
Every time I drive this thing, I got a smile.
Oh, I'll bet you do, man.
It's just so nice.
Yes, it is. It is. So, as we're driving, is there anything I mean, the thing seems to drive like a dream. Is there anything anything else you want to add to this while we're driving it, about the driving experience with it? I mean, what's it feel like driving a classic car like this in this kind of condition?
Well, the thing is with this older car like this, it's like it's not a sport race model. So it's just a nice cruiser. So it's like I baby it, and it babies me back.
Oh, there you go.
You know?
I totally relate to that.
So it's kind of a neat experience, you know. It's not a hot rod. It's just a nice cruiser, just beautiful, and especially on a day like today.
Yes. You know, that's why, you know, earlier, that's why I said that's why we live here, because, you know, we have beautiful days like today. It's just, look, I mean, again, look at the sky. It's like blue sky. It's like, what's going to be like tomorrow? Warm and sunny. Now, last week it wasn't so warm and sunny.
No.
But still, now look what we have. We have what, March 18th or something like that, and it's just a gorgeous day out here. Look at all this stuff, attention to detail. Now those are all original gauges, right?
Yeah, that's all the original instrument cluster. When I got this car, it showed on the clock 17,000 odd miles.
Okay.
And it's only got 21,000 right now. So in the 10 years or 12 years since I've had it on the road, I've only put on approximately 4,000 miles.
Okay, all right.
So I just go for short little things. The biggest drive I go on this thing is from here to the Good Guys.
Okay, all right.
Every year.
Good Guys was this last past weekend, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
So other than that, we just go to a lot of local car shows around within a 10-mile radius.
Okay.
You know, usually Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and that's what we do.
Good for you.
We drive in the mountains here at the White Tank Mountains. Beautiful. In the White Tank Mountains, it's so beautiful at night when the moon is out and you're in the stars, and taking it for a cruise is just gorgeous. Gorgeous.
No doubt about that. This would be really cool, cruising in the evening, you know, and just kind of checking out the moon above and the stars and just having like all sorts of really cool fun.
You bet.
I'll tell you what, this is a very, very, very special privilege to be able to go for a ride in such a cool car as this. I hope you guys are enjoying the video as much as I am enjoying doing the video for you. This is why we do what we do here, folks, at Eric's Garage AZ with the episode, What's in Your Garage? This is the kind of stuff we see in What's in Your Garage. So stay tuned. In the meantime, I love you guys. Peace out.